I'm back in the land of the living, as Chris just said and was thankful for. Thank you. Yeah, man. It's pretty intense getting COVID. It's really like just kind of surprising how many people are, I don't know. You know, that person I'm dating at one point was like, well, cool. Like you'll be able to get like stuff done you haven't been able to spend time on. I'm like, what?
That's not cool.
But some people are like that. Some people like work when they're sick or like clean or something. Like I literally don't move. Like my legs end up hurting because I haven't done anything in days.
Yeah.
That seems like the best choice.
Yeah.
I don't understand anything
Best
else.
choice. Like, I don't know what happened, but it's the best choice.
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, you don't need to green screen that beautiful, classy room. I
was just curious if it would work. I'm just being bored. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put this over here. It's just been a lovely day of tech incredibleness. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna share some music. Yeah, well, that's kind of exciting, Rocky, because so your mixer is at home and you're not using it while you go back out of town. Is that real?
Yeah, I can't make it work for Zoom the way that I would like it to. And so I've just broken this down to the most simplest thing I can. And so it's at the house right now. And so you could take it and work with it.
But if it doesn't work for Zoom, then it doesn't work for me.
No, it works for Zoom. It just doesn't work the way that I want it to work in Zoom. But it does work like what you're talking about, adding reverb. I think it'll do it. I think so.
Cool. So that's what we do in class. We don't only work out. We also talk about important tech, everybody.
True. Come here with tech questions. They will answer them.
Yes. Oh shit. What is?
Erica, were you expecting that we would have to become experts on conferencing app platform in order to do our jobs? Were you expecting that? Because I certainly wasn't.
I was not. But I think that one of the reasons why you and I have I feel like really done so well during this period of time is that we both have the capacity for troubleshooting tech things.
Yeah, you guys can figure it out.
Yeah, it doesn't blow it. We're not it does kind of make me feel crazy a lot of times because sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, but we're not totally how some people, especially dancers and artists and personal trainers,
always cope with this kind of.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people got left behind in this little wash into the social media world, and it only keeps happening over and over. So I'm willing to do the tech stuff, but it has been a little bit of a nightmare.
All right. So I'm doing another thing. Of course, again, today I was going to make a new playlist on Epidemic Sound. And of course, I got caught up trying to troubleshoot other things like trying to create cool reverb on my voice. So anyway, we're going to try this playlist or mood called Running. That seems like it'll probably be pretty energizing at least.
Yeah, I think so.
Can y'all hear it?
Go up with the volume quite a bit. That's it. You want to talk for us? Workout with Erica Nix, power it up. Starting with powering up Erica Nix.
And Rocky.
We made it.
Oh yeah. Let's just get some of those things out of our back, out of our spine. We can reach it up. We can reach it to the side and get those hips going. Yes. Bigger. Other way. Now I want you to make fly. Like a pterodactyl. Is this how they fly?
That's close.
All right, I want you to swish swash. This is mine. I like to call it the Febreze move.
Breathe for me.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Dude. That's where we're going. We're going to see Tiger. Well, we hope so.
Yes, you can go slower, obviously. Rocky's always good at showing us and reminding me to slow the F down. I also like to, let me move these huge weights out of the way. I know. Ooh, I don't even feel, those feel hard today. But I'm kind of starting to move those feet too. I'm starting to get into those feet, really plant them into the ground. Woo! I'm gonna work it the opposite direction now. Get it in there. Get it in there. Yes. Yes. Cut. You got it. I want you to cat and cow. So make it small and then make it big. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Keep it going. Woo! All right, reach it up nice and slow. You can add a little flare to that arm. Pull your body diagonally away from that arm. Try faster. Woo! Shaking it out. Reaching it up. Now bring it down. Great. To the front, you're just shaking it out, right? Huh. You can slow it down, reaching it to the front, reaching it, or you can make it faster, throwing it out, add your head to it, make it go more side to side, twist it out, you got it. Keep it up. Shake out that head. Just shake it all out. Shake it out. Keep shaking it. Woo! And shake it out. Nice. I gotta fix my bra. Sorry about that. All right. And let's just kind of finger the rest out, moving those swishes. Yes. Woo, how'd it go? I feel like my heart rate really got up there.
Yeah, my heart rate is going.
Yes. So I don't, Chris, did we do the 20-20-20 plank last week?
I don't remember.
Oh God, it's terrible. And I'm gonna make us do it because Rocky always does this to me. When he learns a new difficult trick, he brings it to class and humiliates me. Just kidding. Just
I'm
kidding.
so excited. 20-20-20 plank, huh?
I'm doing it, yes, because I know you're gonna like it. It's gonna be hard, but hopefully you can show a modification for this. And I'm sorry if hopefully my butt doesn't disappear too much from you. Okay.
Yeah, we're losing you a little bit in the backdrop, but it's not too bad.
Okay, great. Yeah, I didn't do a good job of thinking. So we're gonna do one arm at a time in a plank just for 20 seconds.
Okay.
And then we're gonna take a break for 20 seconds. We're gonna do the other side. So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna hold your hand to your back, just like that. You can also do it on your knees. Okay? Or you can also do a dead bug if this is too much. It's all 60 seconds all together.
Okay.
Chris, I think we did do this. Chris, did we do this?
We didn't do a one-armed one.
All right. All right. Well, I'm excited. Okay.
Options were the dead bug or on the knees, and I guess you could also go elevated on a chair. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to change. That song was like a
Kind of
little,
goofy.
I don't know. I just didn't like it. It was too like elevator style. Okay. All right. So the first song was so good. It really got me pumped. So I'm going to start that timer and go for 20 seconds.
Oh, okay.
One arm. I gotta look at it. Can't tell. You're almost there. 15. And break. Good job. Right?
Yeah.
I know. Also, like, maybe whipped my head a little too fast a minute ago. Okay, so 10 more seconds. I just want to remind you, we're not pulling out to the side. It's not an oblique exercise. We're trying to stay nice and even. Okay, and go. Woo! Bring that belly button towards your spine. You got it. And break.
Whoa.
You did it. Let's stand up and squat. Just take your time. Gorgeous. All right, bringing it down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Really paying attention to your ass, making that sit down, not bringing your shoulders down first. Your ass is leading it. Your knees are facing the same direction as your toes. We're almost there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going on our back for my favorite butt bridge. It's great for recovery, and it's a great opposite move where we still get our butts. You ready?
Butt bridge.
All right. So you're gonna squeeze it up. Again, knees and toes facing the same direction. Woo. Bring that belly button towards your spine. Squeezing those cheeks together. You got it. We're almost there. And hold it to the top for 10. And done.
Ooh-wee.
Hoo-wee. So we're going to do my next favorite thing. We haven't done it in a while. It's that little trap hover. And you really don't need any weight at all. Some people choose like 1 pound or something. So you could grab like, I don't know, a tape. Oh, look, it's the clown song. I love this one. All right. So
What are we doing?
let me show you up close first.
Okay.
So, and we're gonna do it like we're in the circus. So we're gonna lay down and basically act like I'm on the floor. We're gonna hover up, squeeze back our traps, like our little shoulder blades together, and then we hover it back up. And then we rest it down on the floor. Then we up and back and front and rest. And up and back and front and down. So we're gonna lay it down while we do this. We're gonna do it for 10 times.
I'm a long person, so I'm gonna adapt.
Beautiful. Yeah. Can't wait to see what you do. My room is not very big. I'm very Pee Wee Hermaning today. All right. So nice and long. We're gonna come up, squeeze back, up and break. up, squeeze back, up, and break. Up, squeeze back, up, down, up, squeeze, and down, up, squeeze, down, up, squeeze, down. 4 more. Take your time. 3, 2. If you feel it in your lower back, like in a painful way, you gotta stop. And last one. I always mess up my counting, so be accountable for your own counting. How you feeling?
I did 1,000,000.
Oh, you did them so fast.
Yeah.
You guys, am I disappeared now? I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I'm dying. You guys, take off. Give yourself a second. Get some water.
I can see you.
Your body is
Stretching my low back a little bit by staying in this position, putting my elbows next to my chest, and kind of putting like an army crawling with the top part of my body so that my low back gets straight while melting my quads into the ground. Good way to stretch the low back after a workout like that.
all right. That looks great. Are you ready for next round?
Ready?
All right. There's honestly, I've never felt crazier than having that mic just wrapped up in my hair while the clown music was on. I mean, really not forgiving. Okay, let's do that again. So we're going to do that again, starting with the plank and this sad, slow song. Here it goes. Here it picks up. And go ahead. One arm. Bring that belly button towards your spine. Breathe through it. Halfway there. And rest. 20 seconds.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I know you're doing it.
That one arm stuff, it's good stuff.
You know, I'm doing it so much better than I was the first time I did it, which honestly was only like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, just give yourself some time, everybody, and go. I'm not even saying, I wasn't even doing it like every day, you know?
Yeah.
I just did it like 3 times in 3 weeks. And done.
Wow.
Yes. We're going to stand up for those squats. Gosh, I hope you can see me. I'm a big doof.
You can see most of it.
And go ahead and squat for 30 seconds.
The best parts. Here we go.
It's like maybe if I show more skin.
I just love how Zoom still doesn't know how to do green screen.
Well, it's pretty good. I'm wearing green.
Oh, is that green?
Yeah. I'm wearing like tie-dye green. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was like white or something.
No, it's my bad. All right, and butt bridge it up. 30 seconds.
Y'all.
All right.
Sometimes people might say I only show the options that regress, but I'll show a progression, which is single leg.
Ooh, yes. That'll get your hamstring too, right behind that knee.
Ooh, lee.
All right. There we go. Going back to that trap position. Just a little bit of a hover. Also a bit like a Superman, but we're really trying to squeeze between those hips. All right. And extend. And squeeze. Extend, down, and up. Squeeze. Extend, down, up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we go. Great job. All right, get some water. We're gonna do it one more time before we let Rocky take it over. I just want. Oh, you're gonna do great, as usual. I feel like it's a little loud.
We haven't worked out yet. Okay, yeah, we'll do some side body stuff.
Oh yeah. Also, I just want to mention, I feel like a lot of people avoid trap work if you're sore, right? And that kind of makes sense, but it also doesn't, because a lot of times we're sore in places that also need to be strengthened, not just lengthened or stretched. So if you're feeling like you're sore in certain places, maybe think about it. Is it because of overuse or improper use, or is it because you haven't been using it? Okay, so we're gonna do that whole thing one more time. Blanket clock. 2020. And go.
I like this music that's playing.
Woo, keep breathing. And relax, 20 seconds. This is jazz, right? This is jazz.
Sounds like jazz.
Sounds like jazz. I like it. I feel like if I was like in Kansas City or something, I'd be in a bar. All right, oops, shoot. You ready? And go. And relax.
Ooh.
Well, kind of. You're done with that. Whenever you're ready, stand up.
Ooh.
Take your time. Oh, you're there too. Oh, good. Oh, hi. All right, we're gonna squat into the abyss and down. Squeeze it up. 3.
It's funny. We really are squatting into the abyss right now, because we can only see pink. And looks like you're just, where are you going? You're disappearing into the background.
I know. I need to it's a terrible clothing choice. Oh. All right, and done. I realized earlier I was saying it was like the opposite movement to be doing a butt bridge, but it sure is similar, actually.
Yeah, it's very similar.
I guess the thing that's confusing is a butt bridge is really good at stretching out those hip flexors, and a squat is not.
Oh, yeah.
All right. It just depends sometimes which way gravity is working.
What?
All right. And go. Squeeze that butt. Or follow Rocky. You want me to tell you when it's halfway?
Yes, please.
All right. And switch, Rocky.
Yay.
Squeeze those butt cheeks. Nice. All right. Trapezosaurus. 10 times.
Sorry.
Hover it up.
I didn't show any options. I'll show one.
Okay. And go for it. You got one more if you're with me. Oh, yeah. Nice. Rocky, you want us to be standing up or you want us to stay on the floor?
I think staying on the ground makes a lot of sense since we're already down here.
Sounds good.
And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and like put on our knees, hips, big toes touch behind you and widen your knees out a little bit, or you can bring the knees really close together, and the feet don't have to touch at all back there. Kind of play with your positioning. You might even put the feet a little bit wider so that your hips start to fall down between the feet. Play with a couple of different positions. And then I want you to roll forward into your tabletop position, tuck the toes under, and sit back again. It's okay if your heels don't actually touch your hips when you do this. I just want you to notice what you notice. Also at the same time, imagine that your spine is going straight up to the sky, top of your head has a string that's pulling your head up. So when you're sitting up nice and tall, I want you to focus on the chest going out and forward and the heart coming up, and the shoulder blades squeezing slightly behind you. Pull the core up just slightly, up towards the rib cage, not in towards the big vessel. And what I want you to do is I want you to unwrap your feet, because I know that probably feels some kind of way, and go back to the original position. Woo. You're going to notice that each position has its own challenges. This one has a challenge with the compression forces that happen between your hamstring and your calf. And also you might feel some knee discomfort. If you are having knee discomfort, I would encourage you to put a bolster here between a pillow of some kind, give yourself the support you need. And just use your own hands behind you, on the thighs behind you, to kind of like encourage your brain to go, I got you, I got you, I got you, body. And we're gonna go ahead and do that one more time where we rock forward into our tabletop, tuck the toes under, spread them out really good before you sit down and back. Now is a great time to explore how wide those knees need to be for this to not be too difficult today. If that doesn't serve you, you're very welcome to do some natural stretching of the toes or self-massage of the toes. We're starting with the toes and the sensation of the toes because it's the base of our support. Everything that we do generally comes from the toes or the hands. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start stretching our wrists. So what I want you to do is, I want you to imagine that you're in a plank pose, but your fingertips have rotated all the way facing the knees. So when you go into your tabletop position, your fingertips will be facing the knees, as opposed to facing forward, which is a kind of a customary way of doing a plank. I want you to turn the fingertips as far towards your knees as possible. They don't have to be perfectly that direction. Widen the fingers so that they make a big fan. Even the thumb should make a giant fan. The wider the base, the better. I want you to point your nose down towards the mat. Untuck the toes, place the top of the feet on the mat behind you. Widen the feet and the knees as much as you can, about the outside edge of your mat. You can still be on the mat. Get a nice wide base. Bring the hands closer together. You don't have to have the pinkies touching each other, but I want you to think about what it would feel like to have your pinkies touching and facing backward. Spread those fingers out a little bit more for me and just hold here. Quite a bit of heat will start to rise through the wrists. through the forearms. This is what we're going for. Heat in these the places we least expect. Kind of like what Erica was talking about with soreness. Also heat, tension, kind of stickiness. These are also indicators that you need to be working these areas. I want you to press down on your thumbs only. So keep your hands where they are, but only focus on pressing your thumbs into the earth. Notice the stretch that happens there, then relax. Now press the pinkies into the earth and notice the stretch that happens there, then relax. Uncurl the hands slowly, just kind of like slowly peel them back. And I want you to place 2 fists on the ground like you're punching the ground. We're gonna move into a plank position, but this plank position looks like this. You go from, if you don't wanna punch the ground because that doesn't feel good, go back to a regular plank position or go down to your forearms. But I like a good strong wrist with a good fist. So these fists are just outside of my shoulders. So when I go into my plank pose, I'm sliding my toes back first so that my knees are still on the ground. I'm getting in this initial position where the back of my head lines up with the back of my hips, and I'm looking slightly down at the head of my hands. Then I lift my body onto one leg, and then onto the other leg to come into a plank position. I kick one knee forward, and then I kick it back and up, hold, and then drop down. Knees down to the ground.
Woo.
Okay, that's one. Now we're back into that position, walking our hands forward. You don't have to do wrists every time or fists every time. Get into your position, put the other leg back first, then go to your full plank. Then the leg that wasn't first, the leg that didn't kick up last time, pull that forward, then kick back and hold. Then back to your plank, knees to the ground, toes tuck under, sit back. Good job. We're going to do another round of those until it feels more liquidy smooth, okay? Then we'll add to it. We're walking ourselves back out to our plank position, fists, hands, whatever it is, it's a nice wide base. Walk the knees back slightly, back of the head, lines with the back of the hips. One foot down, other foot down. First foot, knee to chest, reach back and up with the heel. Spread the toes out, flex the foot. Relax the foot down to the ground, knees to the ground. Top of the feet to the ground, walk your hands back to seating. Good work. This will be you get over and over again into each different muscle group. So the more you have to work on it, go walk back out to your next plank. The more that you do this, more muscles will get involved. Walk one foot out, walk the other foot out. With your chest. Kick up and out, hold. You need a little bit more out of this exercise, hold longer. Squeeze the core when you get in that plank. It's not just squeezing the core in, it's squeezing the core around. That's the side of your body, and that's the front and the back, where your core connects to the spine. Walk back out to your plank. We'll do a few more of these, one each side. Walk those knees back first. Feel the body come into plank in the top half before you engage the lower half. Do it slowly so the body has time to think about what you're asking. Bring one knee to chest, kick up and out, hold. Place the foot down, knees down, top of the feet down. Walk yourself back. Let's try to do at least one more. You should feel the heart rate slowly starting to rise, almost beating in your ear. Yeah? So that's what you're going for, just like a good slow rise. Very engaged. Here we go. All the while, I want you to think about, can I form a full sentence if somebody called me on the phone right now? Who does that anymore in 2022? I don't know, but
I do.
You do? You call on the phone?
Well, yeah. I actually talked to my lover today that's in Thailand. I haven't seen her in over a year. But
that's grand.
We talked for like 2.5 hours.
That's lovely. A good phone call is always great. But make sure you can speak in a full sentence when you do that. I don't even watch the clock. Erica does that, but we're going to move to a 90-90. How do you do that? You're in this seated position here. You drop one hip to the side. Now you're kind of in this really beautiful position, like you're sitting in a meadow, and there's all these beautiful sunflowers around, and you just kind of like recumbent, right? So when we do kind of like these relaxations of the side body, this is one of the first times that we can stretch an oblique. And so I really want you to think about, we get a little bit wider here so you can see the exaggeration. So I'm sitting in this almost 90-90, but it's just half sit. And I'm pressing my hip into the ground so that the side of my hip and the side of my thigh is really pushing into the earth. And I'm using my hand as a little kickstand. So now, when I'm sitting kind of up and to the side, my spine is straight, but if I slack down, my whole rib cage starts to kind of curve out, and I feel some stretching underneath my ribs. Now, why would we want to stretch an oblique before we kind of work these obliques? We don't want the muscle fibers to be so bunched up and not kind of elongated and in their natural tension before we start like cranking on it and doing side planks and stuff. We want to take some time, sit up a little bit taller, kind of imagine your spine is straightening and you're pushing down into your hip, press into your hand as well, kind of sit up tall, and then now slack and slouch. You can slouch a little bit in your shoulder to allow for your rib cage to kind of bow out. And the more that you relax here, something I really love is sitting up against the chair and doing the same thing, but kind of slowly widening out where my arm is. So my arm slowly falls, and this creates an incredible stretch on this side. It'll also, when you let the whole thing unwind, it'll start to also stretch the top of the hip and into the glute, where it wraps around to the back of your hip bone. Okay, so these are some of the places that don't quite get looked into because people don't quite know how to get in there and stretch it. So when you do this and you're kind of warming, remember that stretching is warming, stretching is checking in. So the other thing I like to do is rock my hips back and forth so that I'm getting a little bit kind of like a massage sensation. And then once I feel like this side is really kind of warm, massage, no like really pinchy areas, then I'm gonna load into my 90-90, spreading the legs, the knees apart. One leg is gonna come forward so that it's 90 degrees to the long side of your mat or 90 degrees to the television or whatever you're watching. And one is gonna go out to the side. So you're kind of sitting a 90 degree with this leg and a 90 degree with this leg. And everybody does this slightly different, but the goal here is that you have a little bit of stretch on this outer hip for the back leg and a little bit of stretch on this front hip on the inside. That's the goal here. So everybody's shape looks different. What you're trying to do is position your body just so, and you're trying to kind of put both hip bones on the ground, and the goal is this back leg's hip bone is reaching for the ground. Once you do that, I want you to reach up and over this front knee, like this, and then bring it back and touch the top of your fingertips to your top of your shoulder like this, okay? And then reach like this, and then back like this. And the more that you come back like this, I want you to try to turn your head and your body back over this hip. So you're reaching up and over, get a little stretch here, and back through here. And then once you kind of get this motion down, I want you to start to feel your body come up onto this knee. So the front knee. So we're going like this, then we reach up onto the front knee, then back down. Reach up onto the front knee, then back down. Okay, that's all you're doing. It seems like maybe you're not doing it the way that I'm doing it, that's normal. You're trying to be in a general 90-90 and come in and out of this squat. Slowly, what you're gonna notice is this outer hip starts to twinge, got some interesting sticky points. So when you're reaching up to be on this knee and back down, it's just creating a new dynamic, a new load. So just be really aware of that and just reach gently, hold, and then sit back down nice and soft. Do a few more on this side for me. And then, the real fun, start to widen your legs out. So you're straightening your legs with every turn. So you're going like this, and then you're sitting down and you straighten the legs out. And then you reach out, and you come up on that knee, and then you straighten the legs out until you're kind of in a weird breakdance move, okay? So after a while, it's gonna become really difficult to use your knees. And your legs are gonna slowly become straighter and straighter, and your arm is gonna start to become the item that's helping. And the oblique that you just stretched is gonna now go the other way and be super strong because you stretched it one way. Now when it contracts the other way, it's got great recoil. And you're just gonna reach up into this side plank. And then when you get into this scissor side plank, I want you to just hold it. The sides of your feet are chopping the earth, and sticking in the earth like a shovel. Yeah, exactly. Do 2 more of these for me. Reach really high above your head. Really lock it out one more time. Great job, everybody. And then we're back. Go back to a seated position for me. Cross leg, sitting straight. And just notice the left side of the body before we move to the other side.
Ugh, I'm really lopsided.
You should be feeling engaged throughout the deltoid, throughout the oblique. The side of the hips are working really great. So this left side should feel really engaged, and that's what we're going for on the right side. So I welcome you to reposition yourself. You can either start in the position we started in, which is sitting on your knees. You take the other hip to the other side, drop that down, find you a place, or just kickstand it. Sit nice and tall for me. Really try to imagine the spine as a little bit sideways, but tall and straight. Kind of a straight angle. And then start to relax. Oh, I got a little bit of a stretch in my low back immediately. Let even the organs inside of your belly fall towards the ground. And relax this rib cage into the kind of the armpit space or the inner arm space. Almost like you're trying to touch the rib cage side to the inner bicep. We use your arm bones, really widen the hands, press into the earth with the hands, and press into the earth with the thigh on the ground. If you don't have enough energy pushing into this hip, shift the hips forward or shift your body forward some more. Great work. Really relax and straighten the spine. Relax, goes lower and lower with this stretch. Woo. Erica worked us out and gave us a little bit of cardio. We'll do a little bit of stretch and a little bit of strength, and then kind of end with some really delicious long stretching. That should be nice today. So once you've gotten a couple of good passes of kind of flossing this shoulder and flossing this little lower rib cage, go ahead and split the knees. One knee comes forward sliding, one knee goes back slightly sliding. You can align this shin bone ahead of you, kind of aligned with the belly button, and this one kind of aligned with like you're trying to touch your hips, your heel to your seat. I like to try to get 90 degrees, but I end up with somewhere around 45 to 57 degrees, and that's okay. So now I'm reaching across, I'm not lifting, don't even remember what we did on the last side. Your wrists might be feeling like they need a little bit of love, so just kind of give them love while you're reaching and pull it. When you pull, you're pulling from the middle of your shoulder blade. The elbow is just this thing that helps you kind of guide your nose, guide your eyes. And you're looking at the hand, or you're looking down when you reach forward, you'll get a little bit of a stretch in your pelvis. You're really focusing on the full extension of these stretches.
Rocky, we got 10 minutes left, just so that you know.
Perfect. We'll finish this and we'll do our stretching. So we're reaching over our head, straight ahead, and back. Thank you for the time check. And then we're reaching over the head and back. And you know the drill. Over time, once you feel like this is becoming strong, you are welcome to start to roll onto the knee and reach and back. The front knee, you're just rolling over and onto the knee slightly, not even fully coming up. Then back. This back stretch is very important for this outer hip. Really want the bottom half of the body to be planted so that you can twist and stretch all these great little joints. Reach up, twist, move nice and slow. Start to straighten the legs, right? So you reach and you pull back, straighten the legs a little. Half an inch, you straighten them. Then reach, pull back, until eventually you've worked your way all the way out to your first side plank. Good work, everybody. We're almost done with today's workout. We almost didn't make it. The tech gods tried to take us away from each other, but we are here. If you're watching from YouTube, you made it too. Congratulations. You can work out with us every Thursday, 6:30 Central. Workoutwithericanix.com on the Patreon, you know what I mean? And then we're gonna go all the way out to our big final move. Break dancers, we are reaching and dropping. Reaching, really engage that oblique, the lower oblique. Get that wrist and that hand underneath the shoulder. Adjust always, oh my gosh. Always there will be one side that's struggling. This is normal. Plant those feet best you can. Press up and over. Give me one more if you got it. One more if you got it. Otherwise, go to your laying in your starfish pose. That's laying flat on the ground like a starfish. That's washed up on the shore. Good job. Catch your breath here. I want to encourage you to tap the hand on the floor here. The back of the hand can be tapped on the floor. Sides of the hands can be tapped. Front of the hands can be tapped. Thumbs can be tapped. Just tapping the hands and wrists on the ground, tapping the feet on the ground, legs on the ground, shaking the legs. Catching our breath, big deep breaths. Giving ourselves a big hug, lining both elbows together, right on top of the chest, right on top of the heart. Reaching around the back of the shoulders and giving yourself a really big hug, spreading the shoulder blades apart, rocking the body left to right. Relax the jaw, relax the tongue, relax the eyelids, relax the hands down by the sides or softly on the rib cage. Gently squeeze the rib cage together on either side and lift the knees up so that your feet are close to your hips and you're kind of in this push-up or sit-up position. Now I want you to walk your top body away from your hips, like this, like you're walking the shoulders up, away, hips are down, you feel a longness in the low back. Start pressing the low back towards the earth. Breathe out and push the belly all the way down towards the ground. So breathe out and deflate the belly. Now breathe normally and relax. Turn the head left to right, like you're trying to touch your ear to the ground. You're gonna feel a little crunched up on the shoulders. Grab the back of the head like you're doing a sit-up. Pull the back of the head away from the shoulders, relax, and then turn the head left and right. Good work. Go back to center with the nose. Bring one knee up to the chest. Keep knees bent, one knee to the chest. Grab behind the thigh or at the top of the knee, interlace the fingers, flex the foot. Bring the toes towards the shin, spread the toes out, press the hip into the earth. Reach behind the thigh if you're not already, grab either side of the back of the thigh, or overlap the hands on the hamstrings. Push up towards the chest. Extend the heel to the sky. Press the hips into the ground below. Bend the knee a little bit. Pull the hands towards you a little bit. Leg toward you. Now pick the heel up more and toes toward your face. Woo! Nice long stretch of the hamstring back of the leg. If you are able to, you can reach up and grab the toes and give yourself a little bit more of a foot flex. But if not, right here is great. bend the knee, replace the foot on the ground, go to the other side, bend the knee, and hold it here towards the chest. Flex the foot, widen the toes. Breathe. Press the hip into the earth. Thank your body for working out today and trying some interesting things. Hands behind the thigh on either side are stacked or interlaced. Pull the knee towards the chest a little more. Hip onto the ground. And they heel to the sky. One side might feel more tense. That's normal.
3 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I want you to put that, bring the second knee up to the chest, so both knees are now at the chest. What I want you to do now is rock the body forward and back as if you're trying to sit up into a seated position, but just rock forward and back. Chin to chest is the best way to protect the neck and the teeth. Start to roll onto your hips, onto your seat, onto your bum. Once you get there, sit all the way up. And bring yourself into a cross-legged seat. Get nice and tall here. And thank you very much for your time today. I'm very proud of y'all, and we'll see you next week.
I want to say goodbye too.
Are we saying goodbye? Are we saying goodbye?
To the recording, at least.
Goodbye,
Bye.